The Indian T20 League approaches the final stages. The calculators are out. The duration of team meetings has increased. And we'll talk all about that and the rest of the games at Time Out with Sports Adda. Arun, as we approach the finale, the team meetings have started increasing. The duration of team meetings. Everybody must be Mumbai and other teams will be waiting to qualify, holding team meetings, calculating net run rates, figuring out situations. Do you also get queries like that to work on?
And look at how quickly things can change, isn't it? One good performance, one
Yeah.
convincing win, and suddenly now Mumbai have a sniff. Or they have more than a sniff. They've halved their deficit yesterday. Where
Hmm.
was this Mumbai team, Akhil?
Well, they just pick the right moment. I think they are like that thriller movies that we used to have, where you just wait to put in the right sequence and then all the heroes start turning up. Jasprit Bumrah suddenly seems to have found a new gear. Uh, so it's good. Ishan Kishan suddenly has found a way to score 50 runs. So in a way, Mumbai, I think, wait for the right moment. But what about Rajasthan? Didn't our producer day before, when we were speaking to him offline, say that you can't say which Rajasthan turns up, right?
He's been around, so he knows a fair bit of the Rajasthan team. Uh, Bizarre. Uh, they changed a couple of players. They beat Chennai convincingly in their previous game. Yet going into this game, they changed a couple of players. Don't know why. Uh, yeah, 27 for no loss, and then you bat all 20 overs, and you only get to 90 for 9. Uh, there's a lot wrong with the team, Akhil. We can talk for hours about it, and I
Hmm.
can better invest my time uh, today.
Agreed. I mean, anyways, the season is lost for them. They're just going to be playing for redemption and try and get their prices up for the auction next year. The players, most of the players, I don't know how many players will retain, how many players they are worth retaining in terms of the franchisee, in terms of investment. But these are big decisions that the Rajasthan team have to make. But good result for Mumbai. They've taken a slight entry into that door. They've just tried to put the door ajar yesterday.
Let's look at that match summary. Let's talk about that briefly. This is
Yeah.
what happened: 90 for 9, like we mentioned, 27 for no loss in the fourth over, and then they crawled. They didn't score a boundary for about 13 or 14, so 79 balls, I think. That tells you as everything you want to know about the team. There's no
Yeah.
ability. There's no intent. Won't talk anything more. But look at the right side there. Nathan Coulter 4 for 14, brilliant. He's been good. He may not be picking up wickets, but he's been good.
Yeah.
Jimmy Neesham 3 for 12. That's a surprise package, but Mumbai will
Yeah.
take that. And then you could see the intent in the Mumbai chase from the first ball, from the first over. Rohit Sharma was aggressive, and then Ishan Kishan just plundered Rajasthan's bowling attack.
Okay, so brilliant result for Mumbai fans. They must be really over the moon because the team is certainly looking positive now. They just need to win one game and hope the other results fall in place for them. And then voila, they are back in the playoffs.
Look at the points table though. Look at where they are right now in the points table, and that makes it interesting. Uh, Mumbai fifth, just behind Kolkata. Now, if they get one more convincing performance like last night, Akhil, they're pretty much in the
Hmm.
race. You know, uh, uh, Punjab very difficult. Rajasthan technically in the race, but extremely difficult, almost close to impossible. So that's where
Yeah.
it stands. And tonight is going to be Bangalore against Hyderabad.
So that is not going to make any difference to the points tally here, except that Bangalore can actually crawl up to second place then, isn't it?
They'll want to put up a very good show so they can at least stand a chance to get to second.
Hmm.
Remember, Chennai are still playing. Chennai are playing Punjab Kings. Uh,
Yeah.
Chennai coming off a defeat, so it's going to be interesting.
Hmm. Okay, so we've spoken about yesterday's game. Like you mentioned, Bangalore versus Hyderabad today. Uh, Any changes? I mean, what must Hyderabad be thinking now? I mean, they are like we mentioned in the last show. They must be all ready to pack up bags and start going to their next assignments. But there are still players like Jason Holder, who I saw in the last game. He put in a lot of effort, Arun. He's not a part of the West Indies T20 squad, if you remember. He's a good enough player to. He was a good enough player to be the captain a couple of years ago. He's not a part of the squad. So players like that still wanting to prove their worth. Obviously, Rashid Khan is a champion, so he's not going to let his performances down. So still some key points for Hyderabad to look at.
Absolutely right. The players, we always watch out for those names, don't we? Kane
Yeah,
Williamson's got a fabulous record against Bangalore. He's too good a player. Uh,
yeah.
he's had a couple of poor scores, so he'll be looking to, get among the runs again. Remember, it's the World Cup. He's part of the World Cup as well, so he needs to get among the runs. Uh, Rashid Khan, we can always have a segment, we can talk about it. Uh, Jason Holder for me, and the reason I bring up Jason Holder is he's got Virat Kohli a few times recently, Akhil. So
Hmm.
that's a contest. I don't know if Kane Williamson will throw the ball straight away to Jason Holder. So if you look at the matchups again, Sandeep Sharma's got Virat 6 or 7 times. Jason Holder's got Virat Kohli a couple of times recently. So I don't know which way Kane Williamson will look towards. So that's going to be interesting for me. That's the contest I'm looking forward to.
Hmm. Any changes you envisage from the Hyderabad lineup that took to the field last time?
So if you look at the 11, Akhil, I'll tell you the
Yeah.
players I don't want to be left out. So I
Hmm.
definitely don't want to see Abdul Samad's name missing from that lineup. I
Yeah.
don't want to see Umran Malik's name missing from that lineup. And then there's
Yeah.
obviously, the guys like Kane Williamson, Jason Holder, Rashid Khan, Bhuvneshwar. These are among my favorite players. But apart from those, Samad and Malik need to play. How good was Malik in that first game?
Oh, he's really garnered all the attention, bowled so quickly. I mean, moment the Indian quick bowler comes and bowl fast, everybody in the circuit starts getting excited, right? Things to pick up
Yeah.
on Twitter. Everybody wants to compare pace. Everybody is like the next Munaf Patel. He's like the next uh, Kapil Dev. So these kind of conversations keep coming. So it's very interesting. It's nice that at least he's got a chance this year to show his skills. I'm really happy for them. Like Jammu Kashmir producing two good players there, and Hyderabad giving them a chance. Whatever season they have, Arun, full salute to the team management to have given us such gems like that.
Absolutely, absolutely, Akhil. The interesting thing is also is in tonight's match, they're going to be the three fastest Indian bowlers we've seen in this league. So there's Umran Malik, obviously. There's Mohammad Siraj, who'll play for Bangalore, and then there's Khalil Ahmad, who's played for Hyderabad, a couple of games. So the three fastest bowlers. How good is that?
That is amazing. I mean, it can't get better with quick balls coming in and charging in. I'm actually looking to see what if Malik gets a chance to bowl at Kohli. That is a dream contest for me. I mean, I'm saying a young quickie,
Hard.
young quick bowler. Exactly. And the Indian captain, he's an aggressive guy. So he's going to go for it. And I mean, come on. I mean, Virat Kohli will also want, in a way, to see a young fast bowler do well, right? At the end of it,
Up
he's also
close.
the India,
Absolutely.
yeah, he's also the India captain. So the quick bowler will want to impress him. So really looking forward to this quick bowlers versus batsman contest. Uh, quick opinion on the Bangalore team. Any changes you foresee there from the last
Now, if you
match?
look at the if you look at the 11, again, the top five is pretty good, and
Hmm.
then the bottom three are pretty good. So it's between Dan Christian, George Garton, Shawaz Ahmad. They keep chopping and changing,
Yeah.
and that's okay. The crucial roles for me, and we've spoken about this. Virat Kohli, Glenn Maxwell, AB de Villiers. Two of those three need to fire, right? If they get about 60, 70 from those three, or 70, 80 from those three, RCB will win, Bangalore will win. On the bowling front, Chahal's been an absolute magician. Within the contest is going to be Chahal against Rashid Khan. Chahal's done
Yeah.
better than Rashid Khan. Chahal's done better than Rashid Khan in this UAE leg.
Absolutely, and I was going to ask you one contest, and because the Maxwell effect has been in full flow this year at Bangalore, we've not spoken too much about the De Villiers effect, which is there year on year. AB De Villiers has not had that kind of impact on the team this year, and it's kudos to them also that they've qualified in spite of him not having the best of seasons by his standards. By normal standards, this is still a respectable thing. But when De Villiers lights up the matches by his typical performances, so Rashid Khan versus De Villiers also is something that I'm looking forward to.
Rashid Khan against those big three, Akhil. Rashid Khan v Virat Kohli, Rashid Khan v Maxwell, Rashid Khan v De Villiers. That's going to be a mouth-watering contest. Maxwell's done well, irrespective of spinners, fast bowlers, doesn't matter. And that's refreshing. There was a time when people spoke about Maxwell against leg spinners. Not anymore.
Interesting. Maxwell, I think, has been the champion performer for Bangalore. In spite of Kohli and Chahal and everybody else, Padikkal doing well there. He's that X factor on whom the team has relied on a lot this year. They'll be really hoping that he continues.
The one area that Bangalore need to work on, a couple of areas if I can call it, is one is they're not getting those early breakthroughs, Akhil. I don't think they've picked up a wicket in the power play in the last 3-4 matches or 5 matches. So that's an area they need to address. Also, Virat Kohli's strike rate once he gets in, he starts off with a bang, gets to a quick 20, quick 30, and then kind of goes run a ball in the middle overs. So that's something that they can work on. I'm sure that's been spoken about. And I don't know how much that will happen today because you've got Rashid Khan in the middle overs today, but we'll see.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to put you in a quandary here, two quandaries actually. Maxwell versus Rashid Khan. Pick the winner there.
I'd still go Rashid. I'd still go Rashid Khan.
Yeah, I think I'll go for Rashid Khan simply because again, Maxwell is a champion batsman, yes, but Rashid Khan has too many tricks up his sleeve. I'm sure if they go against each other, Maxwell will try and attack him. So that is the key contest for me that I'm watching out for. And obviously, Hart in Bangalore, but Kane Williamson, so Hyderabad. So who are you calling?
Virat Kohli and Bangalore to win. Virat Kohli, Bangalore to win. Williamson to score a 50. A pleasing 50.
Okay, so Bangalore for you, Bangalore for me also. I think once they win, they are going in with a lot of momentum into the playoffs. Very, very important. They still need to beat the big sides consistently, twice, if I might add, to win the title. So important game for them that way to qualify for the top two. Bangalore for me also. Let's watch the game and let's come back and talk a lot about the match and the rest of the matches in the league. Thank you for joining us here at Time Out with Sports Adda.